Well, good morning. I'm not sure how much of this you can see, so I'm going to move the camera a little bit. I don't typically do this, but look at this. Just the view. This is the view out the front door of our apartment right now, right across our campus. I don't know if you can tell, but you can hear people over there maybe sledding. I think you can see them. Maybe not, but there they are way out there. But they're off in the distance. I'm gonna put the phone back up where it'll record a little bit better. I don't usually like this motion thing. I usually try to get the background first, but it is a beautiful day and the snow is everywhere. We've already been off for a little drive. We saw Gwen this morning. Kids have been sledding some. We have a full snow day at school, and it's awesome. It's one of those days that it's one of the benefits of the job that I've got. I love what I do, but can't deny that that's a perk that not everybody enjoys. So I don't know if you're working or if you're at home, but either way, it's a beautiful day, and I hope that you're enjoying it. Today's proverb, and I do want to get to that, is Proverbs 6, verses 12 through 15. It seems particularly relevant given our recent circumstances. It says, "A troublemaker and a villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks maliciously with his eye. He signals with his feet and motions with his fingers, who plots evil with deceit in his heart. He always stirs up conflict. Therefore, disaster will overtake him in an instant, and he will suddenly be destroyed and without remedy." Now, it's ironic, and that is the reading for January 11th, that is the reading today, given what's happened in our country in the last few days, that there are definitely people who get glee from division and destruction. There were people who cheered on those who were protesting, and then some of those protests have turned into riots this summer all over our country. There were people cheering that on and supportive of those who were causing destruction and death. The same thing was true last week. A different group of people. It's funny how that works, that the people who were really supportive of riots and violence this summer seem to be pretty quiet about, their support for that right now. I also mentioned last night at worship how the train horn blows. You hear it again? That's number 2. It's going to do it 2 more times. And it just did it right before I started recording. So we get interrupted a little bit. But the point is, it seems like some people are upset by one set of riots and supportive of the other, and vice versa. I don't know where you fall. I do know that to be a troublemaker is, as Mr. Keller here says, one kind of fool. He says, another kind of fool is the troublemaker. The mark of this person is constant conflict. This is the opposite of the peacemaker. The troublemaker instead stirs up trouble. And he says, they tell themselves and others that they like to just speak truth to power, but disaster will overtake the troublemakers. I think you see that happening. I think it's playing out in real time in our country's history, the truth of this proverb. Now, proverbs are not, they're biblically true, but they're not the same kind of truth as, say, the law or the Gospels or the epistles of Paul. They're more kind of like rules of thumb and general guides to living. So they have kind of like this deep, resonant wisdom. But it's not so much that if you do this, God is going to punish you. It's more like if you live in this way, there are natural consequences, and those natural consequences are disaster. If you're a troublemaker, you can expect disaster. You can expect that people will not always put up with that you will be exposed and ignored. These are the people who feel the need to protest and complain rather than overlooking a slight or a wrong, is one way that he puts it. They want to be contentious. They don't want solutions. They don't offer solutions. All they do is offer objections. Impossible to please, and will turn on you in a heartbeat. We can all be this kind of troublemaker at times. So the question he asked, and one that I ask for you to consider, is if you have been involved in a series of conflicts, is it because you have the traits of a troublemaker? Now that is an uncomfortable question. But it's one that I hope that you'll consider. The prayer that he asked, I'm going to close with this, and it's just a prayer that you can word yourself, and I know this is taking longer than the 2 minutes that I try to hold it to, but he writes this as a prayer. Lord, thank you for this warning. It is right to tell the truth, even to people who do not welcome it, but show me if I am speaking the truth in love, or instead asserting it unnecessarily or harshly. I want to be valiant for truth, not a troublemaker. Give me the wisdom to discern the difference. I stumbled over my words there, but it's a great, great prayer. We want to be truthful, but we don't want to cause trouble without need, or to take glee in causing that trouble. So to know the difference between speaking the truth in love and just being problematic is something that we all need to learn how to do. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, and hopefully we'll see you Wednesday night. Bye.